everyone, it's Brett Hornby here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Haven't had much to talk about when it comes to the Calgary Roughnecks or the NLL with lacrosse because we have had not any lacrosse games or news to talk about. However, with this midweek upload and after work video, and still with the alternate recording setup, I do have some NLL news, and not really surprising and disappointing that I'm making a video on it. But here we are into February, hence the different Border Collie picture from previous videos, that there was original plans that the NLL was going to salvage something for the 2021 season starting in April. Whatever that was still be up in the air. However, the NLL ultimately decided to cancel the 2021 NLL season and look ahead to the 2022 season. I mean, given the ongoing global pandemic with COVID-19, I am not really surprised because here we are in February, while the numbers are still going the right direction. You keep hearing stories about all these variants from the United Kingdom or South Africa starting to mess things up, and not get too political, but we're being at a snail's pace rate at getting vaccinations out, that there was no way that the NLL was going to operate with fans in attendance for April, because I made that video several months ago about whether it be lacrosse in April. Well, now they decided it wasn't practical after mapping things out. So let's take a look at the press release and just give my feelings and my confidence on next season. But for the league, it says the NLL National Lacrosse League will focus on next season. Plans for April start date cancelled amidst the COVID-19 uncertainties. Full season is now planned for the 2021-22 season. And it says the National Lacrosse League, the largest and most successful professional lacrosse property in the world, today announced plans for an abbreviated season this spring have now been cancelled due to the uncertainty arising from the global pandemic. The league, with the full support of the NLL Board of Governors, will now move to start to a traditional season in the fall next season, which I don't know if I'm actually that confident that'll happen. I mean, keep in mind that the NLL season does not start until November and December, and even with the snail's pace plan that we have for getting people vaccinated, at least here in Canada, that they're looking at the fall that anyone who wants to get a vaccine is able to get one. I mean, we're still at the stage of frontline workers getting it, and you hear approvals or slow down, but we're not too sure yet if there'll still be fans in attendance or will it be at full capacity next fall. But changing on to the story, it says we have gone through many scenarios, including a bubble season in Canada, which I think if there was going to be some abbreviated season, it would have to be that with no fans or a bubble. And you keep in mind, you're taking out your revenue from fans not being in attendance, because all the other major leagues are taking a hit because they don't have fans in attendance but still on TV, and having a bubble, you're paying for that as well. But the logistical challenge, including the recently announced tighter travel and quarantine restrictions across Canada border, the Canadian border have required us to pivot away from it, which even then you're hearing word that even with these new variants, they're coming from the UK or South Africa, might even make travel even tighter, plus the quarantine as well. So as I said, they decided to focus on next season, paraphrasing. This is all Commissioner Nick Stackwitz. While many factors that we can control, we're moving around. Those outside of our control, everything's all up to the government and health authorities as well, just the damn virus itself, especially pertaining to observing government approval as far in advance as possible, are no longer feasible, as well as the effort and innovations that we were planning to go towards a full season next fall. And of course, it's the standard thing, plenty of players, teams, board of governors, as well as fans during this time. And then hopefully, we can get back into having some kind of normalcy for next season. Keep in mind also that the Fort Worth team was also going to be joining the NLL for the 2022 season. So the league still was looking to expand as well. And even then, this is all quote from Zach Currier, the PLPA president, Zach Currier of the Calgary Roughnecks, says, "We appreciate the league's extensive efforts to provide us the opportunity to play an abbreviated 2021 season in a safe and controlled environment throughout the challenging landscape during this pandemic. While we are disappointed that this will not be possible to play this spring, we are even more excited and passionate about hoping to have in the 2021-22 season they're eager to get back on the floor this fall, I hope." And then, closing out the article, it says, "While the exact date of a full season will be announced at a later date, which will include the debut of the Panther City Lacrosse Club in Fort Worth, Texas, the NLL is planning to start in the fall, playing a complete season in the spring of 2022, which is traditionally when the season wraps up, including winning the NLL Cup, which we still have it by tactical default. Longest reigning defending champions, Calgary Roughnecks. Additionally, exciting franchise announcements are coming very soon, as well as other initiatives that were being planned for the shortened 2021 season. But fortunately, we're not going to be playing, and me as a fan, obviously, I understand, but disappointed in the decision. I was almost thinking it was going to come anyway, because I think if you look back to that video where I said, "Is it April yet?" I was still kind of perplexed, like, how were they going to pull it off? And of course, you don't know this far in advance, but here we are, practically a year. It's been a year since I've been to Calgary Roughnecks game. I mean, it was the end of February. I mean, who knew at that time? I mean, I was spoiled that there was still an event going on at the BMO Center, and there was, like, I think, a home and garden show, and I had to share that story, if you go back to my Calgary Roughnecks this month, that I had to play with said border collie. If there was a border collie that has a ball and the person's cool enough to let me play with it, the border collie, I'm damn well doing it. So I had some pre-game entertainment, but who would have thought then that was going to be, here a year later, still have not gotten any events. And I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know what I'll do for season 3 by Calgary Roughnecks this month, if I'll still salvage something, because there's not even a schedule for me to kind of nest one in. But I guess I'll have to wait till hopefully in the fall, where I can maybe put some money down to get tickets, because I asked for a refund for the rest of the season, and I wasn't willing to transfer any funds till the next season, because we didn't know if, next season. Well, now we know, and there isn't going to be one, and we're not allowed to go to attendance, and I just say I'm not committed to putting any more money down for any more tickets for anything, or even traveling, until I know I'm allowed to. And of course, it's all got to recover from this, both mentally and economically as well, which, right now still looks pretty tough thing. But I just gotta say, what do you think about the NLL canceling the 2021 season? I guess it's not really surprised, disappointing, but just like that Tegan and Sarah parody of "Everything is Awesome," well, everything is canceled, and we can add the NLL season to it. I just think it would probably cost the league less money actually to do this than actually play. I mean, the only way you can watch games on TV, or at least on a device, is on Bleacher Report Live, and part of your season tickets, you get that and watch all the games and archive games, but they're not on like TSN or Sportsnet or any other American TV network that as I know. But I'll just close it out and say, what do you think of it? And I always like to say in my videos, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey, home of Flames, Hibbing, Roughnecks, and Stampeders, I mostly do talk Calgary sports on my YouTube channel and recap games when we have games. But fortunately, this is one of the stories that I've been recapping a lot of in this past year, about any speculative updates or things being canceled or pushed off, and fortunately this is one of them. But I also do a variety of non-sports content, like personal vlogs, attempt at comedy, and I also do share my experience, say I'm on the road or at a sporting event. Hopefully I'll get to do those two activities again sometime down the road, or heck, maybe if I happen to be on the way and there's a border collie that wants to play fetch with me, all the merrier. So if it all sounds like it'd be interesting to watch, to follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey, each of you, just make sure you like, subscribe. I also have my other social medias down in the description below, as I'm a couple of ways to hit the 250 subscriber mark. So make that thank you video as soon as possible, and I'm less than 5,000 views away from getting to 100,000 views in total on my channel. But I want to continue to keep growing on this platform to show my love for Calgary sports, and throw in the odd other video here and there to keep you all guys, everyone informed and entertained. You know, as I say, follow along with Calgary sports fan journey. So like I say, go Next go, and I'll see you in the next video.